Welcome to Tiny Tales channel. Puss in Boots. Once upon a time, in a distant country, there lived a poor miller. The miller had 3 sons, and when he passed away, he left behind a mill, a donkey, and a cat. The eldest son took the mill, and the middle son took the donkey. The youngest son, however, was left with only the cat. "What will I do with a cat?" the youngest son lamented. But the cat cleverly meowed and began to speak. "Do not worry, master. Just give me a pair of boots and a sack, and I'll take care of the rest." The youngest son was surprised, but decided to trust the cat's words. With his last money, he had a beautiful pair of boots made for his cat. The cat, now wearing the boots, confidently swished its tail and set off into the forest. In the forest, the cat caught a rabbit. It immediately went to the royal palace and presented the rabbit to the king. Bowing respectfully, it said, "Your Majesty, this beautiful rabbit is a gift from the Marquis of Carabas." The king was delighted with the gift and thanked the cat. In the following days, Puss in Boots brought the king birds, fish, and other wild game. Each time, it claimed the gifts were sent by the wealthy noble, the Marquis of Carabas. The king grew curious about this mysterious Marquis. One day, Puss in Boots convinced its master to take a bath in the river. Just then, the king and the beautiful princess passed by in their golden carriage. The cat quickly ran to the king and, in a panic, shouted, "Help, your Majesty! The Marquis of Carabas has been robbed. His clothes have been stolen." Upon hearing this name, the king immediately ordered his servants, "Give him the finest clothes." The young man, dressed in fine clothes, instantly transformed into a noble gentleman. The princess, struck by his handsome appearance, gazed at him in admiration. Meanwhile, Puss in Boots hurried to the castle of a giant. The giant was huge and terrifying, but very arrogant. The cat bowed respectfully before the giant. "I've heard that you can transform into anything you wish. Are you really that skilled?" the giant proudly boasted. "Of course, I'll show you." And with that, he transformed into a terrifying lion. Puss in Boots jumped back in fright, but then slyly laughed. "Wonderful, but that's too large. Can you transform into a tiny mouse instead?" The giant, dismissing the cat with a laugh, transformed into a small mouse. In an instant, Puss in Boots leapt forward and swallowed the mouse in one bite. Now the castle was empty. Puss in Boots invited the king and the princess to the castle and introduced it as the home of the Marquis of Carabas. The king was deeply impressed by the grand castle and vast lands. The princess, captivated by the young man, fell in love with him. As a result, the king married his daughter to the Marquis of Carabas. Puss in Boots, no longer just a cat, became a wise advisor who had deceived everyone with its cleverness. Thus, the poor young man became a marquis, and the cunning cat became a hero. They lived happily ever after in prosperity and joy. Don't forget to subscribe to Tiny Tales.